The retail industry's significant challenges are readily apparent in 2023, with Amazon exacerbating the situation. Recent years have witnessed a profound shift in consumer shopping patterns, with a growing dependence on online purchasing. Consequently, numerous brick-and-mortar stores have been forced to shut down due to heightened competition within the sector. According to an analysis by Morgan Stanley, Amazon now commands nearly a third of total retail sales and has driven half of the sector's growth. This dominance extends across diverse categories, encompassing household items, electronics, apparel, and groceries. While this positions Amazon as a formidable player with a considerable advantage, it also poses a dire threat to well-established brands that have served consumers for decades. Many of these brands now face the looming possibility of closure, especially in light of the recent surge in retail bankruptcies. In today's video, we aim to shed light on this new wave of retail insolvencies. However, before delving further, we kindly request your support through likes and subscriptions, which enable us to continue producing valuable content. To avoid missing the upcoming developments, it's crucial to recognize the transformation brought about by the pandemic, which has propelled the world into a digital realm. The shift towards online shopping has been embraced by a growing number of individuals. Amazon, positioned as a prominent U.S. retailer by sales, has particularly flourished in this digital landscape. However, traditional retailers are grappling with the challenges posed by this digital shift. This phenomenon is commonly referred to as the Amazon effect, as noted by experts in the industry. According to Forbes, the Amazon effect has been instrumental in driving roughly 50% of the retail industry's growth since 2017. Impressively, Amazon accounts for 31% of all retail purchases. An analysis conducted by Morgan Stanley underscores the significance of this share, especially within a colossal $2.5 trillion industry. As Amazon's empire, founded by Jeff Bezos, continues its expansion, numerous established brands have found themselves compelled to adapt or face permanent closure. A notable trend emerges when considering the timeline. Since 2005, a decade following Amazon's entry into the market, bankruptcies among brick-and-mortar retailers have surged. In that initial year, only 731 retail stores shuttered across the U.S. This figure pales in comparison to the staggering 6,400 store closures witnessed in the first half of 2023. While it's essential to acknowledge that Amazon isn't the sole factor contributing to the demise of over 500,000 struggling stores, mismanagement and leadership errors have also played substantial roles. Brands such as Sears, Radio Shack, and Wet Seal have succumbed to these challenges. However, the impact of a formidable force like Amazon cannot be underestimated. The retail industry has witnessed major chains succumbing to its influence, dramatically altering consumer shopping habits and resulting in the downfall of countless small enterprises. This sentiment was echoed in 2019 by former United States Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin, who voiced concerns about Amazon's adverse effects on the retail landscape during an interview with CNBC. While acknowledging certain advantages, he also highlighted how Amazon's dominance had diminished competition and posed a threat to the retail industry. It's worth acknowledging that the journey towards Amazon's complete domination is just beginning. An investment firm has even introduced a Death by Amazon index, which monitors the stock prices of retail chains deemed most vulnerable to the online retail giant's influence. Nonetheless, the decline in sales persists at a significant pace. By September of that same year, the company's financial woes escalated to the point of filing for bankruptcy. Burdened by a staggering $5 billion debt it had accumulated over consecutive years. Since that pivotal juncture, the index has proven remarkably accurate in anticipating which companies would bear the brunt of Amazon's influence. This foresight extended to predicting the downfall of J.P. Morgan in 2020, and more recently, the demise of Bed Bath & Beyond. In the current year, several retail giants are grappling with disheartening reports of plummeting sales, diminishing foot traffic, eroding revenues, and the disconcerting announcement of store closures. This unsettling scenario has landed hundreds of brick-and-mortar retailers on Moody's watch list for potential bankruptcies. Meanwhile, Amazon appears to have recognized, even before the broader market, the impending struggles that physical retail will confront, particularly in the face of an impending recession. This prescient awareness prompted the company to significantly curtail its physical Amazon store presence and intensify its focus on e-commerce. Notably, Amazon's grocery chain, Whole Foods, retains its resilience, remaining a sector characterized by unwavering demand even amidst economic downturns. Rather than toiling harder than its rivals to maintain its supremacy, Amazon is effectively working smarter. The e-commerce giant, in a bid to optimize its position, executed a workforce reduction of over 18,000 employees, a strategic move to trim costs before economic conditions further deteriorate. These calculated maneuvers are instrumental in enabling Amazon to curtail expenditures associated with commercial real estate and labor, thereby reinforcing to confront forthcoming challenges. A distinctive advantage that Amazon wields stems from its streamlined operations. With a leaner workforce in comparison to its competitors and autonomous control over its delivery network and supply chain, Amazon's operational costs are notably lower than those incurred by traditional brick-and-mortar retailers. Furthermore, Amazon's recent expansions into diverse retail sectors, spanning from grocery outlets to automotive parts, amplify the roster of companies susceptible to its transformative influence. The so-called Amazon effect has already led to the dissolution of venerable brands such as Mortars, Circuit City, Tower Records, and Musicland. According to the aforementioned index, companies that currently struggle to contend with the ascendancy of e-commerce are perilously poised on the precipice of potential bankruptcy. This underscores the profound implications of Amazon's impact on the retail landscape. One company caught in the throes of Amazon's impact is Blue Apron. Despite its efforts to cut jobs and lower prices to bolster sales, the New York-based meal kit delivery firm remains far from achieving financial stability this year. Since Amazon's acquisition of Whole Foods, Blue Apron's precarious situation has become evident. When the company went public on the New York Stock Exchange, it encountered a lackluster response, marking one of the year's most significant disappointments. The announcement of Amazon's Whole Foods transaction, which occurred just 2 weeks prior, cast a substantial shadow over Blue Apron's shares. Compounding Blue Apron's woes, Amazon's declaration of intentions to enter the ready-to-eat meal sector dealt another blow. A patent filing from Amazon, bearing the slogan, "We do the prep, you be the chef," exacerbated concerns for Blue Apron investors. The company's downward trajectory has placed it on a bankruptcy watch list since 2021, and as a non-essential service, it is particularly vulnerable to the adverse impacts of an unfolding economic downturn. Another notable casualty in the line of fire is Walgreens. Amazon has long aspired to tap into the lucrative pharmaceutical industry, a goal it achieved in mid-2018 by acquiring PillPack, an online pharmaceutical company. The synergies between PillPack's online presence and Amazon's shipping expertise have enabled customers to circumvent pharmacy visits for prescription fills. Consequently, Walgreens stock has experienced a significant decline, reaching its lowest point in over a decade. Earnings are dwindling and sales continue to disappoint. Macy's is also grappling with the repercussions of the Amazon effect. The department store's decline has been ongoing, and Amazon's rapid growth has further hastened its downward trajectory. However, Macy's is not alone in facing this challenge. Other department stores like Nordstrom Incorporated and Kohl's are also vulnerable. Warren Buffett's assessment of the situation further underscores the bleak future for the segment. He emphasized that the department store has now transitioned online, a transformation that doesn't bode well for its prospects, as stated during Berkshire's annual meeting. Even GameStop, despite its recent meme-driven popularity, is feeling the pinch from Amazon. The retailer has struggled to attract buyers to its physical locations, resulting in the closure of over 500 stores due to a significant drop in global sales, which plummeted by 22.6% between 2019 and 2023. Fierce competition and a shift towards digital purchases have compounded GameStop's challenges. Not only are they being severely impacted by online retailers and large-scale stores that inherently benefit from lower costs due to their minimal retail real estate presence or extensive footprint, which they can synergize with other products, but the surge in mobile-based gaming is also exerting a substantial influence. Larry Perkins, the CEO and founder of Sierra Constellation Partners, emphasized to USA Today that the movement towards mobile gaming is gaining significant momentum. Etsy, the online marketplace specializing in unique boutique goods, may also face an uphill battle against Amazon. In 2015, Amazon expanded its handmade brand, capturing nearly 22% of the segment's market share. While some sellers on Etsy declined to list their products on Amazon due to allegations that the retail behemoth was copying their items and selling them at lower prices, this didn't shield them from the impact. Etsy's profits have plummeted as a consequence. A similar fate befell sports apparel retailer Foot Locker. Stiff competition, cost-effective alternatives, and the frugal spending habits of millennials have exerted pressure on Foot Locker to maintain store sales. In the first quarter of 2023, Foot Locker's earnings spiraled downward, leading to a 27% stock plunge in a single day. The revelation that Nike, a prominent brand for Foot Locker, had commenced selling on Amazon exacerbated the blow, leading to a broader industry setback. Multiple major sport chains saw their shares reach 52-week lows in response to news that Nike would directly retail its products on Amazon. As a result, Foot Locker announced plans to close 400 stores. Bookstore giant Barnes & Noble has also fallen prey to Amazon's expansion. While Amazon originated as an online bookstore in 1995, it now reigns supreme in global book sales and dominates the e-reader market through Kindle sales. Unfortunately, this ascendancy has weighed heavily on Barnes & Noble. Staples, a significant player in office supplies, has experienced a reduction in its business as Amazon attracts an increasing number of corporate customers to its services. Retail experts argue that Amazon's influence was a key factor in the significant bankruptcy of the year. Bed Bath & Beyond, a struggling brand for years, faced declining profits in the home furnishing sector. The e-commerce giant's introduction of free shipping to many customers further compounded the challenges. As a result, Bed Bath & Beyond filed for bankruptcy, leading to the closure of 360 stores across the nation. Amazon's dominance extends to the consumer electronics sector as well. The company overtook Best Buy in 2021 to become the largest consumer electronics retailer in the United States. Sales of TVs, headphones, laptops, and various electronic devices on Amazon grew by a substantial 20.38% in 2022, in contrast to single-digit growth at Apple and Best Buy. A comparison can be drawn between Amazon's impact on the retail landscape and its formidable counterpart, Amazon Prime. Launched in 2005, Amazon Prime has experienced substantial growth, boasting an estimated 107 million members in the United States by late 2022. This statistic underscores the undeniable influence of the Amazon effect. The Amazon effect has prompted a transformative shift across various industries, as the company firmly establishes itself as a global leader across multiple sectors. Numerous companies have succumbed to the pressures inflicted by the online retail giant, leading to their demise. This disruption has significantly altered the American retail landscape. Unless other businesses swiftly devise effective solutions, they risk becoming the next casualties in Amazon's path of transformation. The analogy of doors destroyed by Amazon encapsulates the urgency for these businesses to adapt and navigate the challenges posed by Amazon's dominance.